Hello, my name is Zhatelier and welcome back for another episode of Valhalla Vanguard in Aurora 4X. And we have had a bit of a time skip here, actually more than half a year. We ended in June 66, no, in April 67, so yeah, there's quite a bit of a jump there. It's mostly because, well, I did take and hold the jump points. I've destroyed a lot of ships around here. You can see some of the wrecks here. And if we have a look at... well, actually, we're going to start with the cruiser, because the cruiser has been very good in the battle. It has destroyed 140,000 tons worth of military tonnage. None in commercial, but they haven't sent any commercial ships this way anyway. So we've destroyed a lot of ships. We actually did give, just before we started, I gave the commander, which is actually just a rank 1, oddly enough. I probably should fiddle around with the ranks required for different ships a little bit. But anyway, I gave the commander a Medal of Honor, or Medal of Courage, I think I named it, but... yeah, so we've destroyed a lot of shipping. We've already started salvaging quite a few of them near the jump point at least, and now a bit further away. We did lose all the unsunks that we had in here in some of the battles, but we have replenished the reserves, and then we got some Kazoo Raptors here as well, which are the railgun fighters. Unfortunately, I don't think the railgun fighters have sensors on them, so they can't actually see the missiles. So that's a bit of a problem, but the railguns are still decent at doing damage. Let's see, yeah, no, there is no sensors, which is a problem, to be fair. But anyway, we have spotted another enemy, and we're gonna have to deal with that. There's some life pods from the previous scout that they sent this way. But that is a big ship, and it is a military ship. Now the question is it going to be a missile ship or a beamfire ship? And that's a bit hard to tell. I don't think they have, I mean, what I've salvaged, their tech levels are very low, so I'm not really worried about that. But I think what I'll do is I'll send in the fighters. I'll maybe shoot in a little bit missiles, but the plan for today, or at least this recording session, is to first of all clear that and then start heading towards their homeworld. Clear out any ships in the orbit that they might have there. Oddly enough, looks like let me actually... ah, never mind, they're still there. For some reason, the allied ships weren't actually highlighted there. But anyway, what I think I'm going to do, we got 3 carriers worth of fighters here now, so there's 15 altogether. I might send in the fighters. I'll probably send in a bit of missiles ahead of time, see what they are, or like, do they have anti-missile missiles or something like that. So, what we're going to do, first of all, we're gonna go through all of these. So you're gonna launch that, and launch that. So we got 3 squadrons of fighters. So now we're gonna have to give... hold on. Oh. Did it not launch them? I don't think it did. Nope. Okay. So I did that wrong. And now I know what I did wrong, so I'll just launch... oh, come on. And then these, and that. Launch, there we go. That's much better. Well, I'm gonna have to give them orders to actually move to the enemy there. So, contacts should be the only... soar over here, so I think I'm going to follow on point blank actually. I don't think the enemy will be using the gauss cannons all that much, although yeah, no, we're gonna just follow it. So we don't actually need that twice. Just repeat the order for these. Right, and what we will do is we'll send in some missiles. We don't want to spend too many missiles right now. We don't have a huge amount of them. Like, we do have some, but still. Oh, right, it's so far away that the missiles won't actually be able to reach there yet. It needs to be within this. Okay, well, I suppose we'll wait. Right, so we got the fighters deployed already. Now there are some other things that I have done between the stuff here, including I fiddled around with the supply and collier ship, or combined design that we had. Make it so that we can actually build it from the missile destroyer shipyard, and we got one in the work right now. And then we also made another design that is the same size, but it's a commercial vessel actually, but it will be built from the missile destroyers as well, so that we can move in Athens back and forth through the jump points. Basically just smaller jump centers with military jump drives, but commercial engines. And the whole point is to let the Athens, other vessels that don't have jump drives, to move around a little bit better. But anyway, let's take a 5-minute increment here. Probably not going to take all that long for them to actually arrive here. So it's capable of 2,400 kilometers per second, roughly speaking. That's quite usual. Right, so we do have our fighters over here. They are approaching rather quickly. I could probably take a bit longer increments as well if I wanted to, but I'm gonna take it slow right now. Now, to be fair, it's still very far away from the main fleet, which is going to take a while, but at the same time, since we can see it already, the fighters will be excellent in doing damage on it, at least from the start. I might lose some of the fighters here, but I don't think it's the end of the world. Now, unfortunately, the fighters do not have any sensors on them. So if they are shooting missiles at us, we can't see them. I mean, they probably can't see us yet, so it doesn't really matter. I don't think they have their sensors on even. Or we just might not be able to see them yet. Which is a possibility. Well, we're slowly approaching. To be fair, since we are flying so far away, we are using a decent bit of fuel here, which may be an issue later on. Since our plan is to go in and destroy their shipyards and such, and maybe start bringing in some troops to the planet itself. But it's a bit hard to tell if that's going to be a viable option or not. But we are certainly getting closer. Still no sign of their sensors or anything like that, but we're not far away anymore. 23 million kilometers, now 18, so I think we can go maybe one more 5-minute increments. Still no sign of any sensors. Right, but now we do want to set up the targets for these. Or actually, rather, let's put on auto fire on these. Right, so all of them should have auto fire on now. No, we're still 1.6 million kilometers away, so if we take 30 seconds, that might be too much. New active sensors detected. It's strength 83. So you can't quite see our main fleet yet. and it might just about be spotting our fighters. Let's take a bit slower increments here because it's probably going to be fairly slow anyway. But I do expect my fighters to be able to... Thermal concept 1200, okay. That's a lot of engines. But with the mesons and railguns we'll be able to penetrate the armor a little bit, so we can see how good of an armor it has. And secondly, we can then start destroying the inner works in there, which hopefully will work in our benefit. Because the railguns will do more damage, it's just they need to go through the armor, and mesons don't need to go through, or just bypass the armor, but don't do a lot of damage, so I think it might be a good synergy there. Maybe, I'm not entirely sure. It's capable of 2400, yeah, I kind of knew that game. Right, we're 500,000 kilometers away. Getting closer and closer. They might still not have spotted us. And once they do, it's already going to be too late. Or maybe not. Okay, so we lost one of the Unsungs. 0 survivors, but the commander is alive, okay. So they shot missiles. Strength 8. Well, it's not actually all that bad. Like, it is a strong one, but it's not the worst. And I knew that I might take some losses, but we know now that it's a missile ship. And it took a lot of damage from the mesons. Although, let's actually set the events out. We don't really need to look at it right now. We can see the initial weapon impacts. There's 9 of them. Let's take another increment. I suspect that it won't be able to fire too often. Okay, that's another 9 hits from the mesons. And 7 hits from the mesons. Oh. Okay, secondary power system explosion, secondary magazine, strength 20. Okay, so we destroyed one of the magazines already. And secondary power system, so another, okay. Yeah, good, good. Then a lot of energy weapon impacts. They're doing pretty decent damage here. With this speed, it might not be lasting very long, actually. If we can destroy another set of... Oh, we've already penetrated the armor by the looks of it. It's a bit hard to tell from all that garbled mess there, but if we have a look at the events tab again, we can see that we got a lot of hits. And, well, it's not showing here, but it was leaking atmosphere in the event log. Right, let's take another turn. Okay, another set of hits there. Not sure if we are still... We might not be penetrating the armor too much. In few positions, I suppose, but nothing too bad. We haven't got any more secondary explosions yet. Well, there we go. Secondary explosion, strength 2. And a lot of hits there. I don't think they can actually hit us with their missiles while we're this close, especially since we already stored one of the magazines. And we may have destroyed some of their, I don't know, missile fire control or something like that. Oh, I think, yeah, we just destroyed it. Okay then, go through here and cease fire, because you'll be complaining otherwise. Right, so what we're gonna do... So the Squadron 1 is returning back to Strike Force. Actually remove all, and there we go. Right, then the Squadron 2 is going to go and rescue the captain from the Unsung 12. And then go and land on the mothership. Squadron 3 is going to just go in and land on the mothership. There we go. So we exchanged one 500-ton fighter for 25,000-ton, I don't know, cruiser maybe? What did we even gather from the ship? It was a new design, so we don't know much. We know that the armor was at least 1, maybe more. We don't know anything else really, but that's fine. Now, to be fair, at this point, what I think I will do is I will, first of all, equalize the fuel a little bit. I'm not sure if we have enough fuel to actually... We probably have enough fuel to get to the enemy place, but I'm not sure if we have much beyond that. But, let's start heading towards Ladura 2 with the main fleet. It's not going to be very quick, so the fighters will be able to... Actually, no. Before we do that, life pods. We're going to go for those life pods. We're going to interrogate them and then we're going to keep them out of the ships. We don't want to get any failures on the ships, nor do we want to turn back and send anyone back. So we're just going to go in and rescue the survivors. Then we're going to go moving towards Ladura 2. We'll probably spot in some enemies once we get closer. Right, but that was rather successful. So everyone's waiting orders a little bit. Just waiting for them to actually get the orders. On the other hand, I can probably speed up a little bit. Now I'm leaving those survivors from the Ashen Sugar class over there. Our allies are actually already coming in to pick them up. Right, so we rescued the fighters already, or the fighter survivors. I'll try to speed through this a little bit. I'm just evening out the time a tiny bit first. But we are now taking the battle to them. And hopefully our allies will not be allied to the enemy as well, which is entirely possible. And considering that we are sharing tech with our allies, they probably have much better tech knowledge than these guys that we're fighting. Right, the fighters should be landing rather quickly here. There we go, that's one of them. Oh. They can't load in, because not in the same location. Oh, let's take a look. If it complaining about that still, which it seems to be. Yeah, all of those are still here. So what we're going to do is we're going to stop your orders for now. Let the fighters, assuming that the squadron still have their orders. I'm not particularly experienced with the carriers yet, so these are kind of rookie mistakes. Oh, right, they just took off the orders. Okay, then. Well, land on Zion mothership. All of these, and then take a quick turn. That should take care of that. At least some of them did. Let's have a look. Are all of them... Yeah, all of them are now back in there. Okay. Fair enough. Now, let's give the strike force the orders again to go rescue the... Well, quote-unquote rescue the survivors. On the other hand, we are right next to the Ashen Sugar anyway, so we'll just go in, rescue the survivors on both of these. And then we'll start heading towards Ladur 2. And we do have our salvagers over here already taking out the... I mean, I did mention that at the start of the episode, but they are already here, so they will take care of all this wreckage rather quickly. Have a quick look at how many we've actually destroyed. It's not that one, but this one, then all three of these, not these two, all those two. We have destroyed these two in here, and all 7 of these, 3 of these, 2 of these, then 3 of these, and 2 of these, 1 of these, a lot of these, 18 of these actually. The scimitars, I mean, they're basically bombers, fast attack craft with some very long or smaller sized launchers. Then there's 2 daggers that we destroyed. Don't actually know much about these. I think these were... Yeah, these had missiles. Then 4 Covenants, 2 broadswords, 1 Volge, Vector Corbin. And that's about it. We destroy a lot of ships here, to be fair. We'll be getting a lot of money out of scrapping all the stuff there. Alright, let's keep going just so that we can at least get the interrogation done in this episode. Of course, we will need to drop them pretty much immediately into the space. Okay, they are on the cruiser right now. Interrogation have been carried out. Okay, so let's quickly kick them out. That was only 29 of them. Well, I mean, that was the scout, or the survey ship anyway. Goodbye. We can't really afford carrying them with us. And we'll get the intel anyway. Now, one thing that did happen is we gained the gravitational survey data of Moonin from these aliens earlier, so that was a bit of surprising things you get, but at least we didn't have to do all of the survey there then. Should be soon at there. 100 alien survivors. Okay, and that was also on the cruiser, excellent. We have gathered quite a few of them in other planets, in Alta specifically. Alright, at this point I think we're going to start taking a bit longer jumps in time. I mean, we don't have a huge radius of this spotting, and if they try to slip past us, which is entirely possible, they have been attacking from multiple directions towards the jump point. But if they get through, we still have the sensor or the mines. I mean, the mines are not active anymore. There's just basically the shell, or the sensors in there that will alert us if they get through. And of course, we don't have anything there to counter that right now. But it would actually appear that we are out of time for this episode, so I'll probably skip a little bit ahead so we'll be closer to the planet between the episodes. But anyway, if you enjoyed this, please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Also check out the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, bye bye.